providing the DICs, that is Directorate of Innovation Sectors, where they were supposed to start the startups, new startups, that is such crafters to be initiated by the universities, by the colleges, and which will be relevant, which will be need basis so far as needs of the masses are concerned, public are concerned, so that they can generate their own income, they can have the innovation, they can make the patents, they can have the so many things. Thereby we can see this age is the, it belongs to ideas, innovation, and the designs. That DICs was supposed with the plenty of the funds, and accordingly, Knowledge Commission was also launched in the 2007, just to, with the objective that India is supposed to be a vibrant knowledge-based society. So, what is the current trend of the India? That is what the presently India should require. That is, they must have the skilled human resource. We must have the highly expertise. We must have ample expertise so far as skilled education is concerned. And therefore, what is required for that matter? Number one, computer sciences, data sciences, cyber security, mathematics, economics, and finance. Well, friends, this is the age of the information technology, where we are supposed to have the cyber security as well as the data science and the computer. You know, there are lots of dacoities theft so far as the online transmission is concerned. Therefore, we require the cyber security. That's very important in the present. But you know, the robots and the artificial intelligence have now entered in the system, and the experts are apprehensive that the artificial intelligence and robots shall be replacing human beings in almost all the areas of day-to-day function of the human life. The human surgeries are conducted with the help of artificial intelligence and robots. The people with a high expertise with the high intelligence and robots shall do the job. Yes, sir?
Slide is not
moving. What is not
Slide
moving?
is not running, ma'am.
No, ma'am, no.
No. Just a minute, just a minute. So it is okay now? It is.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
It's okay yes, now?
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So it will remain as it is because I will be going on speaking. It will remain as it is small size, but I will go on speaking. Thank you. Is it okay now? It means that once there is an artificial intelligence, robots are there is a tough competition in the society. That is a stiff competition. That is, internationalism of higher education is penetrating deep. It is gaining its momentum, and it is penetrating deep in the Indian higher education system. That is internationalization of higher education. It is entering into our system, gaining its momentum, penetrating in the Indian education system. And what happens? The institutions of higher education, they face a very tough competition in terms of inclusiveness, relevance, and quality education. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
okay.
You are audible.
This will be the, because once I enlarge that this presentation वो visible नहीं होती है, maybe screen की वजह से होगा या मुझे ज़्यादा पता नहीं है. So I will go on speaking to you, and the PPT will be in the smaller. Well, friends, we can say artificial intelligence, robotics is there, knowledge is there, lots of competitions are there, information technology is there. Now the society is facing a very tough competition. That means internationalization of higher education is gaining its momentum, and it is penetrating into the Indian higher education system. That's what happens. The higher education institution, they face a very tough competition so far as the inclusiveness is concerned, relevance and the quality education is concerned. Therefore, the Indian universities, that is, they have not now the competition with the universities within the India, but now they have the competition at the foreign levels, at the international levels. What the government of India has to do at that time, they has to create the India's academic ecosystem. That is the landscape of the education, and to improve the quality of education and the research. That is, India has opened the windows for the foreign universities of repute, and to this end, University Grants Commission has also laid down the parameters or guidelines. So, as in the year 2023, that is off campuses by the reputed foreign universities in the India and the Indian campuses in the foreign countries. It should be the sort of exchange programs, and that UGC strongly advocate. It should be completely based on the holistic system. That's on experiential learning, interdisciplinary approach, and fostering innovation to prepare for careers and societal contributors, to have student support, and supply the society as well. Sorry. Therefore, the world is undergoing a rapid change. अगर हम ऐसी बात करेंगे इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन की बात करेंगे foreign universities should be here on the Indian soil and the Indian universities should be on the foreign soil. So the world is undergoing a rapid change in the knowledge, landscape and employment ecosystem. That is the advent of machine learning and the artificial intelligence. Together rise a big data have put lots of questions. That is traditional courses and traditional machine learning process. What will happen to our traditional courses and the traditional teaching learning processes? So admission seekers presently have to think lots of times. What to learn, which course I should apply, which course I should choose, why to learn, what shall be the return, where to learn, what should be the selection of the institutions, and how to learn, whether it may be offline mode, online mode, and what should be the pedagogy. Therefore, but we can say with a pride that our Indian higher education system is one of the oldest, of course, but it's with the largest educational network in the world. And system has its roots in the ancient India, and in the past it enjoyed global recognition, attracting students, scholars from across the world, despite the fact there were not so strong communication from one part of the world to another part. So in the pre-independence era, were the only few universities were in existence, but they were of the repute and were in a position and were famous for their contribution, transmission, and the generation of the knowledge. So the present higher education system throughout the country, well, my dear friends, we can say, you and me both, because you are teachers, I am a teacher, we say the present education system is in flux. It is changing, it is fluctuating, and it is not stable. And the modern education system, which is a legacy of British India, regarding its efficacy and productivity in the modern context. So what happens? On one hand, there is tremendous demand for the growth of higher education, despite the fact that in the post-independence era, expansion of higher education has taken place at a very fast speed. But on the other side, the quality has come under the shadow. Again, lots of questions there. But then the studies were conducted, investigations were made, and the review says that the pre-independence or followed by the post-independence expansion indicates the growth has been at the cost of the quality education. Therefore, Indian higher education system, we can say ancient India, Mughal India, and the British India. Higher education right from prior to 1947, higher education in India was and common respect world. There were only 3 higher academic seats of the learning, Nalanda, Takshila, and Vikramshala, which imported were the seats of the learning and attracted students and scholars across the world, where moral, ethical, and value education were given top priority. And the post-independence era was of 60 years, first phase, 1947 to 2000. Then another phase, 2008 to 2009. Third phase, crucial and technology loaded, 2020 to 2030, which the NEP 2020 has also advocated. Now, therefore, education and human development. What is the status of education? That is, we are supposed to be mobile. Social mobility is required. That social mobility of the whole society is required. Therefore, the UGC has approved 5 campuses of the foreign university in India. And these are Illinois Institute of Technology, US, University of Liverpool, UK, Victoria University, Australia, Western University of Sydney, Australia, and Institute of European Design, that is of the Italy. These institutions are among the first new to utilize the regulatory priority pathways provided by the UGC 2023 guidelines. They are the top-ranked global universities to establish a fully and autonomous campuses in India. Besides, there are 6 more applications received from the foreign universities. They are under process of the review. So, in the year, for the time being, there were the 2 gift universities which were started by one was Australia based, that was started in the gift city of the Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad. Another is Gurugram or Delhi, Haryana belt. So the higher education drives social change. This higher education, it is gaining, it is moving, but the tremendous social change is taking place in the country. and the country is ready to receive it. Therefore, innovation in the leadership is there. It bridges the individual potential with the societal progress. So, need for having a global collaboration. Well, friends, you see the NEP 2020 has a novel reform so far as our Indian society is concerned. NEP 2020 has at that time strongly advocated for the internationalization of the higher education. That's what we see today. We need it because the expansion of higher education is on one side. The other side, we are supposed to have an international of higher education. That is to have the campuses on the Indian soil and have the campuses on the foreign soil. That is India-based campus in the foreign soil and the foreign-based campuses on the Indian soil. That is to improve soft power potential of India in higher education and use it as the diplomacy tool for the neighboring countries as well. Therefore, to improve global ranking, it helps us to improve the global ranking foreign education. Then reduces the export-import balance in students' mobility across the border, and there is exchange of faculty and exchange of the students as well. Then what is internationalization? It is, we have the campuses on the Indian soil and we have the campuses on the foreign soil. Therefore, ways to achieve the international higher education, number one, students' mobility, faculty mobility, institutional mobility, and knowledge and technical mobility. Sorry, yes. Then steps for internationalization is that create a better environment, better infrastructure, and then place the foreign students in the foreign soil. Then academic innovation is that there should be appropriate curriculum for that. Our outdated curriculum should be created, then only we can have the appropriate curriculum. We have to innovate new pedagogy. That's where supposed to be the autonomy to the teachers. Once autonomy is there, they will definitely come with the instructional pedagogy, which will cater the needs of the students, which they require. Continuous formative assessment, that's right from the very beginning, the student joins the class, his formative evaluation starts, not the summative evaluation. Then Blackboard facility, of course, online, offline classes, availability, and follow-up, academic support. Academic bank creditors is that it should be based completely on the cafeteria model. For example, if a person is invited, जब कोई भी invited है, कहीं भी invited, उसको कितने सालाना हम पेश कर देते हैं, उसकी मर्जी है वो कौन सा साल उसमें चूज करेगा. इसी तरीके से हमें भी क्रेडिट्स देने स्टूडेंट की मर्जी है, जहां भी चाहे किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए, ए यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए, बी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए, सी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए, क्रेडिट्स जमा करके बाद में उसको डिग्री मिल जाएगी. दैट्स एकेडमिक बैंकअप. दिस इज व्हाट आवर NEP 20 has also advocated and the UGC guidance by 2023 also. Then it means it also helps so far as the ranking of NEREF is concerned. Then faculty exchange is there. That's hiring of the foreign faculty in great way to encourage international students to study on the Indian campus and develop a collaboration with the foreign university to include faculty exchange is another big way to internationalization of higher education. If the Indian students who want to pursue PhD, this is also availability if we have a collaboration with the foreign university, if we have the internationalization of if an Indian students want to, are you listening me? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
If an
Yes,
Indian
ma'am.
student, if you
Ma'am.
Indian
You are audible,
student who
ma'am.
wants to pursue PhD program in the top 200 ranked universities in the world, he will be supported with a scholarship for up to 5 years, with the condition that the scholar will have to return back after the 5 years to the country with a PhD degree after 5 years, and then apply for the proposed PM Young Academician Scheme to be launched, which has been launched in the 2021, yet not launched, but it will be launched. And then higher education. Now the question is, what are the issues then of the higher education? What are the important issues? It is a matter of fact, there is a mushroom growth of the educational institutions, not only in India, but across the globe, in the world. There should be no issue so far the growth of education institution is concerned. It's a sign of development. but it should not be at the cost of the quality. The issue for public concern debate include that, firstly, and higher education, what do we mean by higher education? What are its basic objectives? क्या चीज है higher education? Basic मकासद के मुद्दा क्या है इसका? Second is that the teachers succeed. Have the teachers succeeded to realize the objective of higher education? Yes or no? Or the teachers, have the teachers really failed to realize the objective of higher education, or they have succeeded to understand the objectives of higher education? Lastly, what is the present status of the teacher? So higher education, it is challenges in the present century, 21st century. Higher education, because of alarming higher education, has to face multiple challenges. Number one, it has to change with the changes of the technology. Ever change, technology is ever changing. Social change is going at a very fast pace. Change with the ever-changing technology. Deliver quality education to the critical mass. Critical mass means the students who are very vocal in this, because these critical mass of the students should be tuned in a very sober way, sophisticated way, while the moral education is very important, ethical education is very important. Therefore, deliver quality education to the critical mass of the students with diversity. That means every level, that is, we have a diverse. If there will be foreign students, if there will be OBC, there will be SC, there will be ST, there will be average class, there will be excellent class. It should be quality, and it should be at par with each other. There should be no difference, no discrimination. All the students should be given equal treatment. And diverse group, that's where we have a collection of the students from the different races. And then population explosion, a rapid and significant increase in the number of individuals with the population. So the 21st century is again has to try for the new ideas, new innovations, and the new designs. If not, then the society will differ. Definitely. Therefore, higher education, the current period and coming years has to face new and new. आजकल के बच्चे में इतना जॉब्स नहीं मिलते जितने पुराने जमाने हमें मिलते थे, which are visible and now almost in every shades of the life, and leading to what we can call artificial intelligence, and man is being replaced by the machines. Yeah? Thinking and rethinking, that means thinking and thinking new ideas. That's we have to know. We are supposed to know more and more about less and less. That is the research. That's the quality, because these small problems matter for the society, matter for the India, matter for the world. Therefore, currently, no doubt we are facing similar interventions, but with a very high speed and magnitude defined by the 4 V's. That is velocity. Changes at the pace of the changes at a very high speed. Volume, the capacity, the size is very, very large, and the variety is there. There is a diversity of the students now. All are coming to the education university, and we are supposed to treat all sections. So you and both, we are teachers, and then all these units got good boosted through the information technology, electronic media, print media, and social media. These are coming. These are moving simultaneously with us. So far as our teaching, learning, the education institution is concerned, then there should be open mindset on the part of the teachers. That is, he must be ready to accept the new mindset rather to reject the old mindset. This is though very difficult, but he is supposed to do it. That it is the past in which it was a man's power, muscle power, which defined agriculture and its production, but it is now defined by technology. Changes are gone. There was a manual power, but now is information technology, and change is taking place at a very fast speed. The velocity of knowledge is also very high. It was said that knowledge doubles. हमारे जमाने में कहते थे 5 साल के बाद नॉलेज डबल होती नहीं, अब वो मसला नहीं है. नॉलेज हर सेकंड के बाद ऐड होती जाए. जैसे मैंने अभी कहा, टीचर को भी क्लास में अपडेटेड जाना है, अदरवाइज ही विल बी गॉट, ही विल बी मॉडिफाइड, ही विल बी एडिटेड within seconds. Therefore, future belongs to those who accept change and adopt ideas with the innovations. Now, what are the objectives of the higher education? अगर हम इतना सारा कहते हैं, इतना सारा है, ऐसा है, टेक्नोलॉजी है, मशीन, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, रोबोट्स है, चेंजेस है, इनोवेशन है, आइडियाज न्यू, तो ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन क्या होने, क्यों प्रेशर है, क्यों क्रिटिसिज्म है? Number one, what are the basic objectives of higher education? Secondly, have we teachers failed to realize the objective of higher education? Then who is responsible for all this criticism? Is the entire system or the teacher alone? Basic objectives of higher education, which you and me can say, that is, it is to GK, TK, and AK, that is generate knowledge, transmit knowledge, and adopt knowledge. That's we must have an open mindset. We must be ready to accept the new ideas. And if not, then we are not supposed to move with the society. We'll feel ourselves isolated. Therefore, you see International Human Rights Commission, what they have said in the 2000, they said, Human Rights Commission said that higher education is, that maintain that education is for peace, freedom, and social justice. But then he said that basic objectives of higher education are learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, and learning to get. This is what Deller has also said in the year 1996, which was called as the International Education Commission, which was prepared by the India in collaboration with the UNESCO, which have said this: learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, learn to live together. This is what the International Human Rights Commission has also said in the 2000. That means teachers are to be considered as the key actors in the educational process. My dear friends, we teachers have lots of load on our shoulders, and this is a worship, and should be given an autonomy. The teachers, अगर उनको काम कराना है, उनको autonomy चाहिए. उसको अपने आप में सारा दे दो, वो खुद कर लेगा. Autonomy to develop and implement pedagogical से, वो खुद ही अपनी pedagogical strategy innovate कर लेगा, जिससे वो अपने बच्चों तक, अपने students तक पहुंचाएगा, that are innovative and responsible to cater the needs of the students. This is what Deller has said, and the International Human Rights Commission has also said. But the report pointed out that the HRD index is adversely affected by this relatively poor performance of the educational index. That means there is a problem in the quality education. Then important observations. You know, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in the 1947, in the first convocation of Hyderabad, Allahabad University said that universities stand for the humanism, reason, that is logic thinking, tolerance, adventure of ideas, and search for truth. Again, the same thing which we are saying this time. Vision dekh lijiye, and it stands for onward march of human race even today towards higher objectives. Shri A.P. Vajpayee in the year 1990 said in one of the convocation of the Hindu College, Delhi University, said the same thing, but questioned efficacy of the educational system. That's what is the worth of the educational system. Is it really quality based or not? Then again, Shri P. Chidambaram, the then finance minister, who said while delivering the convocation address in the Madras University 2006, said the great deal of the goal of the university should be to develop the talent, but the universities appear to be failing in this count. He raised the important question. Imagine corporations are becoming the universities now. Can corporations become the universities? Yes, of course. We have a Nirma University, we have a lovely professional university, we have a Bennett University, and many more. They are coming now. Private universities are coming, they are basically the corporations. So in respect of the quality in higher education, he pointed out, let the university read the writing on their walls, reinvent, and after the course of instruction, that will turn out the scholars with relevant talent and skill required today in the Indian. That there should be really atmosphere of the educational institutions, which they require. That's what the Chidambaram has said. And then Shri Arjun Singh, Marshal of the Indian Air Force, 2008, the only 5-star officer with the Indian Air Force, who said that while delivering the convocation address, 85th annual of the Delhi University, said the condition of the, now listen, this is very important, this for 10 years, government school and the standard of the teachers is unsatisfactory or thoroughly unsatisfactory. Any improvement will narrow the gap that exists between the government and private schools. So there is a gap between the private schools and the government schools. So what he said, what he advised, it requires in the year 2008, when AP 2020 was not launched in those days, it requires a far more thoughtful education policy that would make modern skills more widely available to the students. Education is not merely making the students literate, but it also it is also about the citizens' rights. That's what society owes to the citizens and what the citizens owe to the society. That is, I as a citizen must understand my duties. and then so that I can perform the duties which I owe to the society. And the society should be make my rights, make my exercise of right is concerned. They should allow me to make my exercise of the rights. And then quest for the development. Number one, what is the quest? Number one, primary education to be made strong because it's the foundation. And according to secondary education, because it gives the cutting edges, and the university education is the blood of the higher education. They should be made very strong. Therefore, Human Rights Development Report 2004 pointed out that HRD index is adversely affected by its relatively poor performance on the education index. It should not happen. ये नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि citation जो हमारे per faculty, it is not so quantity wise it is good, but quality wise it is not good. Therefore, if we talk of primary education, secondary education, university education, this would not, HRD index will not be poor. Then over last 2 decades, there has been no substantial improvement in the sector of higher education, but the status by and large continues to be. It is growing, expansion is growing, whether it is at the quality of education, cost of quality education, or at the quantity. So have we failed? It means that have we failed to realize the objectives of higher education? So let us examine our case. We will not let others to examine. Therefore, issues have been raised, and there were many studies, many investigations were made, commissions, committees, domestic bodies said about, and they gave the following things about the so far as our quality education is concerned. Number one, international ranking. No doubt oldest and one of the biggest network in the world. But question arises, where do we stand? Quantity wise, we are at number 3rd. Yes, of course, we are at next population, we are at number 2nd. But quality wise, we don't rank in about the first 150 universities of the world. This is what the Guardian and online Times has said in the year 2023. Then, what does the research matrix is that? Why does it stand? Research matrix, what does it say? That Indian universities generally score low citation per faculty. अगर हम academic ranking and the world universities की बता दें, Times Higher Education World University की ranking बता देंगे, we universities generally score low on the citation per faculty and international research collaborations. It is only few institutions like Indian Institute of the Science, Mumbai, IIT Mumbai, Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi appear all at the top of the 200 global research institutions. If you see the Scopus and Web Science, quantity publications, but not the quality-based publications as compared to US, UK, and the China. The citations impact quality, however, is lower than most of the developed countries. Field-based citation impact, FWCI, again, for India is below the global average. That's typically between 0 to 7, 0 to 5, global average is 1. Then Commissioners Committee on the Higher Education. You see the Radhakrishnan Commission, 48-49 to Chada Committee, 2007-2008. Almost all the committees, commissioners have raised their fingers against the quality education, the research. You see the Radhakrishnan Commission at that time said there should be scientific approach so far as teaching, learning in the class is concerned. Teachers to be updated through the orientation courses, refresher courses, so that they can update their knowledge and they will observe the traditional courses, they will observe the traditional teaching, learning methods. Chada Committee, while recommending 70% hike in the pay package of the teachers, observed that excellence in the higher education institution depends to great extent on the quality, competence and work culture of the teachers, and hence the availability of the talented and motivated teachers is crucial to the development. So I can quote an example. You see, APG Kalam says that a student spends 25,000 hours in the 25,000 days in 25,000 hours in the campus per year. What does that campus should require? That campus should have the teachers with the 8 C's. 8 C's means he must be competent, he must be confident, he must be capable, he must be creative, he must have the communication skills, and very creative as well, cultured as well. 8 C's are there. You know exactly why chancellors remember the picture of the university. The teachers, there was, this is one of the books which was authored by Mathur and Mathur, wherein one of the teachers in the classroom, it is written there, one of the senior teachers who were delivering the goods in the classroom, and he was just dictating on the notes, notes were there, and he was telling exactly dictating the notes. Once he moved towards the blackboard, one of the students stood up, they scratched all the notes. Then immediately, he was a senior professor. The protest among the teachers was that all the 3 students should be removed from the university. Then the vice chancellor called both the teachers separately, the students group separately. And when the student said, I am an average class student, I belong to average family, I am not in a position to attend the private tuitions, but the teacher was just copying, dictating us from these notes. These are here. And then what the vice, he hugged the students and kissed them and had the breakfast and asked the teachers that you should be highly committed. You should be highly committed. You should be sincere. You should be honest so far as the job profession is concerned. Therefore, Nature Index. Now we have a high quality research in science journals. It was initiated in the year 2014. Again, this shows that India contributes to elite global research, but not as significantly as countries like US, UK, Germany, or China, but contributing. The quantity is very high, but quality is at low level. Global Innovation Index, that India ranking 40th in the world in the 2023 out of 132 economies. That there are strengths there as well as the weakness. Strengths is the ICT services, exports, startups, newly formed ventures, and scientific publications are there. But higher education quality research or intensity innovations and patent output, it is at a very low ebb. Therefore, what is the status of the legal research? What about that? It is currently in India, it is at a critical transitional stage. That means the main problems of the legal research which should be taken into consideration are not given the importance. For example, parenthood care. There are social problems. Parents are not taking care so far as the rewards are concerned. You must have seen, you are a teachers. I have seen lots of the people who are involved, lots of the things. Drug addiction is there, and ultimately in the early they become the truants and followed by the delinquents. Or sometimes they go even the very, very shabby things, and they go commit the murders also, and so many things are there. So such problems are not taken in. Adolescents, child psychology, behavioral psychology, they are not taken in consideration by the legal research. Therefore, legal research still faces the major challenges in the terms of depth, quality, funding, and policy, despite the fact there is a growing academic interest and institutional support. Therefore, legal research does not appear to have made any substantial globally acclaimed research work. Therefore, however, some of our IIMs, IITs have covered their spaces at the global level, but still at a very low space. The NAC, National Assessment Accreditation Council, is an autonomous organization. You all know that they have conducted lots of the university in assessments of the various higher education institutions, and the NAC by and large has observed in the last that the research work is not so qualitative, and the consultancy programs are not launched, and an extension program is very, very at the low, and sometimes it's not launched anywhere because extension is a third dimension of the higher education now, and the poor infrastructure and vacant teaching positions, contractual teaching positions. जिस दिन नैक होता उस दिन टीचर उसको लगाते थे 10 दिन के लिए, फिर उनको गुड बाय कहते हैं. So that UGC and besides UGC scheme of excellence is their programs to poster, they are not launching the UGC scheme programs to launch the academic research excellence in Indian universities and colleges and financial support. Then comes who's responsible. Who's responsible? Issues regarding the quality, relevance, and accountability in higher education are being raised again and again. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The last, in the last we will have a break, and then we will discuss the issues. Then we will discuss the
Yes,
issues.
ma'am,
both
you
of
are
us.
very much audible.
So, analysis of the reports, commissioners, committees, observation of the public figures, stakeholders indicate that the main thrust focus has been on the teacher. आप है ना सारे जहां का दर्द मेरे जिगर में है, फिर भी हमसे गिला है वफादार. सब कुछ पर टीचर पर ये आता है. Pandit Nehru, Vajpayee, Chidambaram, and Arjun Singh, they have raised the fingers against the teacher. It is said that he has to be a role model. Main target is the teacher, rather the entire brunt is on the teacher. Can teacher alone can't be held responsible? Can teacher work in isolation? A teacher can't be different than that of the colleges work in other segments of society. Teacher should be given the autonomy. In case अगर वो autonomy नहीं मिलेगी, his work will be in isolation. वो सिर्फ काम चला, he will fill in the gaps. अगर autonomy इसको मिलेगी, he will come with the effective strategies of the teaching learners to cater the needs of the students only when he will not. Therefore, there are different types of the teachers in the university. Committee teachers are sincere teachers, there faithful teachers are there. As per the and secondly, the recruitment of teachers should be transparent. As per the Mehrotra and Rastogi report, it should be transparent only on the merit, not on the lobby system. Then expansion in any case should not be at the cost of quality education. All the stakeholders have to strive for the quality. That is, all beneficiaries join our hands so far as a betterment. Quality-based higher education, that students, teachers, non-teaching staff, parents, employees, funding agents, and society, all are responsible. So for, अगर आप मुदलियार कमीशन की बात करेंगे 1953 की, उन्होंने पता हम टीचर्स को कैसे स्कूल में अपॉइंट कर लेंगे. सबसे पहले उसकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल देखो और सबसे पहले उसका रोल देखो सोसाइटी में. अगर इनकेस फीमेल है तो सबसे पहले उसके घर जाओ, उसके घर में देखो उसका माहौल कैसा है. और देन वंस ही इज सिलेक्टेड इन द स्कूल, ही मस्ट ऑनर द टीचर which he occupies in the school. This was the spirit of the teachers in the olden days. Now the teachers up to zamana badal gaya. So vision for the world educational industry. What should be the vision? Knowledge cannot be created, promoted, transmitted, and adopted. We say it is created, it is transmitted, it is adopted, and it is promoted. Now, unless the education here, जब तक हम पूरे एजुकेशनल सिस्टम को इकट्ठा करते हैं, हम सब मिलके इसको गियर अप ना करेंगे, द की फिगर इज दैट द टीचर इज ट्यून टू बी अ मॉडल इन द एंटायर प्रोसेस. अकेला टीचर क्या करेगा बेचारा, जब तक ना उसको सारी चीजें मिल जाएगी. So teacher cannot be expected to deliver quality education unless he is provided the quality environment. जब तक ना उसको ऐसा environment मिल जाएगा. A teacher shall not be in a position to contribute knowledge creation unless he is provided the conducive atmosphere of the research. जब तक ना उसको सारी फैसिलिटीज मिलेगी, उसको टेक्नोलॉजी लैब चाहिए डिपार्टमेंट में, जहां पर वो अपने स्टूडेंट्स को, अपने स्कॉलर्स को सब कुछ बता देंगे कहाँ कहाँ उसको डाउनलोड करना. एंड देन अल्टीमेटली वी विल गो फॉर द फॉर इट इज एडिटिंग एंड मॉडिफाइंग. व्हाट डू यू रिक्वायर? देन a teacher shall not be in a position to adopt new college concepts unless he is provided the opportunities for the same. So education as a whole is to be given a top priority right from the grassroots levels. And then, in order to transform India into a knowledge-based, vibrant country, we have to create and promote knowledge centers. What do I mean by the knowledge centers? Knowledge center means the accessing valuable resources, fostering collaboration, and ensuring the employees or members have access to the most current and relevant information. And the world-class universities cannot be created simply by making public announcements. जैसे हमने अनाउंसमेंट कर दिया, गांधीनगर अहमदाबाद में हमने ऑस्ट्रेलिया सिडनी के बुलॉन्ग से कोलैबोरेशन की, गिफ्ट यूनिवर्सिटी बता दी, या गुरुग्राम में कर दिया है. Unless until they should be given the environment, they should be given the facilities, then only we can have the world-class universities. You towards section, Professor Nighat said that all the stakeholders have to contribute, as all have to add the color to the society, because we are the contributors to the society. In case I will contribute in the positive direction, then only I can add the color to the society. So same is with you. Though the important pointers we have to remember is that is vice chancellors, key positions, principals have to be very honest and sincere in their duties. They must be in a close collaboration, in close touch with all the teachers, call them, make them to be the responsible for all the things, and then be accountable. Therefore, and then make him the member of all the committees, all the boards, while he can present himself and he will be modified accordingly. He will give the suggestions. So far as his work. And then professional development should be made as a continuous program, plus professional ethics. Professional ethics is very among the teachers in the higher education. Seminars, conferences, this should be made that common routine matter among the teachers. It should not that there is a classwork going on that we don't separate the teachers. No, there should be separate teachers, and who will conduct in his place. Till then, he will come back from the or refresher course or the orientation course. Training in the technology field, MOOCs, massive programs, online programs, artificial intelligence programs are legal cities to be launched. Now it is must to have a legal education knowledge, because we need cyber security now. Law and technology move hand in hand together. And performance appraisal reports should be there. Performance should be from the self, students, peer groups. And then we have to make, then only we can make the teacher role model, facilitator, innovator, interpreter, and a counselor. And promote innovation, creativity, research, and extension. There should be reward system, provided the teachers, once one reward goes to one single teacher, it will really create the paths for the other teachers. They will be encouraged, they will be motivated to work hard in the institutions. And admission policy should be very solid. It should not be localized. It should be free for all. Job-oriented courses should be there. Revision on the regular and elective courses based on the student's choice. University and the society, extension programs, we must have close links with the society for the upliftment of the skill-based courses as per the demand of the area. And the universities or college should work on the area adoption approach. AAA, that is, we have to adopt an area of 5,000 population, and then we have to identify the craft which is required in that area. We should be need-based, we should be relevant, we shall generate the incomes. We can make our intervention about the institutions through the primary schools, government educational schools, secondary schools, high schools, so that we can reach to the masses, which is a critical mass. Again, that's a public. And then university and we must have a collaborations with the universities, industries. Then of course, one is there with the foreign industry, we can have the collaboration with the foreign industries as well. Then comes the cafeteria model. That's the cafeteria model is जब आप कहीं भी दावत पर जाओगे, वहाँ आपको कितने सारे salads पेश किए जाएंगे. You will select 1, 2, or 3 because that is your choice. You are not compelled to eat all the dishes. So there should be exactly, the student should be given the choice. Lots of choices presented to him. It is up to him, he will choose the paper. And that will, he will choose because his willingness is there. Therefore, their credit system, tuning of the degrees, cluster system, maximum utilization of available facility, affiliation to the colleges and distance mode learning and online courses, and exchange programs, and then the examinations to be transparent, evaluation accreditation. Then I will rush here. So what's the position of teacher in the class? Teacher as a partner, बराबर हिस्सेदार है, शरीक है वो बच्चे का, उसको पूरा बताना जब तक वो अपलिफ्ट हो जाए क्लास में. Mediator with the parents, with the university, with the higher education institutions, colleges, with the principal, with the vice chancellor, with the deans, what best should be launched for the upliftment of the student, and then the facilitator. So education is not a training of facts only, but it's a training of mind. Therefore, internationalization of higher education refers to the process by which institution of higher learning research incorporate international dimensions, intercultural and global dimensions into their purposes, functions, and delivery. That means we must be transparent. There should be no discrepancy. Once we have a foreign university students in our country, we must have a intercultural. We must be global. And internationalization is driven by initiatives, motivation, which among others include academic considerations. We must keep into the consideration, cultural consideration, economic consideration, and political considerations. Then international higher education is multidimensional and varies from country to country, institution to institution, and discipline to discipline. It requires strategic planning, institutional commitment, and continuous assessment using these parameters. That is, the main focus rather than success of internationalization depends on the infrastructure of 4 I's. That is, intellectual infrastructure to make the students comfortable. Coming the students from the foreign countries on the soil of the India, we have to have an intellectual infrastructure which will attract them. Academic infrastructure, comfortable. Then second I, emotional infrastructure. We must be highly emotional. We must have a sympathetic attitude to the students. Third I is social infrastructure. And fourth I is physical infrastructure. In India, the NEP has prioritized the internationalization by allowing foreign students to set the campuses and encouraging more collaboration. Then only they will come to this soil, if at all there is intellectual infrastructure, emotional infrastructure, social infrastructure, and the physical infrastructure. Therefore, parameters rather than the key indicators of internationalization typically include both quantitative and qualitative aspects across institutional, curricular, and mobility domains. The key indicators among others include the following: curriculum internationalization, that's we have to modify the curriculum, international faculty. We'll have to hire the faculty from the foreign countries, and also allow our faculties to go to foreigners on the foreign soil to deliver the goods, and participation of the faculty in the academic exchange programs at the regional and the international level, and the international students exchange, integration of the service and support system by international students, and the faculty must be in place. Inbound and outbound movement of the students at the global level must be visible, and the language policy of the university must be clear. Use of the English or other foreign languages in teaching, learning, and research must be in practice. Participation of the students in the academic exchange programs of the regional and international level. Then comes the governance in the institutional strategies. International policies should be very clear. Dedicated units, I will rush because time is short now. Dedicated units, presence of international officers, global engagements, cross-border engagement and transitional education, that is TNE, establishment of the branch campuses abroad, offering online courses to international students, MOOCs, virtually mobile, franchising or offshore delivery of academic programs, internationalization of research and innovation. This is very important, particularly for the higher education. Participation in international research projects. We must apply for these major to the foreign countries, get the foreign project MRPs, major research projects for our own self, wherein we can work, find the project, work on it, make our performance, and then we will definitely put our input and we get the result-oriented output. And the maximum students, they will get employed. Of course, time bound, but they will practice, they will gain the experience. This university must be with the remarkable contribution, research and innovations, international patents and technology transfer. The university must be known for its contribution at the national level and the international level. That we must be of a repute feminines across it, and global rankings and citations, performance in a global rankings, especially those emphasizing international outlook. Then comes the physical infrastructure, funding and scholarships, availability of scholarships for incoming, outgoing international students, participation in international funding programs, Horizon Europe, DART, this is an agency, ICCR. These are the foreign organizations which are ready to contribute, sponsor the projects, government and private sector support for international research activities, global employability and alumni network, placement of the national international job placements, internships, global alumni engagement and networks. Then, as of 2020, now please, I am giving the figures, then I will conclude it. As mid of the 2025, a notable number of Indian higher education institutions have ventured, adopted by establishing full-fledged campuses or centers. Here is, you see the Birla Institute of Technology Science, BITS Pilani. In the 2000, they have established the campus in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, with a fully overseas campus. Manipal Academic of the Higher Education, again they have established in the 2000 in the Dubai, offers programs of medicine, engineering, business, and more. MIT University, again they have established their 2000 in the Dubai, provides a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses. And then SP Jain School of Global Management in the Dubai, Singapore, and Sydney, specializing in business administration, global business programs. SRF, Institute of Science and Technology, Dubai, offers engineering, management, and medical programs. Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeeth, they have also started in the Dubai, focus on engineering, business, arts, and sciences. Symbiosis International University, established in the Dubai, 2008. Then the JSS Academy of Higher Education, established in the Dubai. Vellore Institute of Technology in Dubai, programs engineering, business, and applications. Indian Institute of Foreign Universities agreement signed 2024. Location is Dubai. And exactly, student, if you see the students enrolled in India, 46,878 international students were officially enrolled across India higher education institute. So it is a very good sign of the development. By 2022, there were 46,878 foreign students enrolled in India. According to All India Survey on Higher Education, ISHE 2021, these students represent 170 countries, with the majority, 75% enrolled in undergraduate programs. But in the pre-COVID, India hosted around 49,348 foreign students, the highest number that decade. But post-COVID, enrollment dipped slightly. It was 46,870. Otherwise, it was higher side. Then again, global dressing. Canada, from the Canada, we had in the Canada, we have 4,27,000 students. United States, 3,37,000 students. United Kingdom, 1,85,000. Australia, 1,22,000. हमारे बच्चे वहां पर है. जर्मनी में इतने हैं, चाइना में, यूक्रेन में, other countries, Israel में इतने, ग्रीस में इतने, पाकिस्तान में, and they are studying there. Therefore, the main drivers or the pillars, the backbones of the internationalization of Indian higher education system are initiatives, of course, the factors that promote global engagement in the teaching, research, student-faculty programs, and faculty mobility and institutional partnership. But question is that why the number matters? It is a national education policy landmark, NEP 2020. Landmark policy that promotes making India global study destination. मैंने कहा ना, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने ऐसा कहा है ना, बताया है ना नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में. आर यू लिसनिंग मी?
Yes, ma'am.
हेलो.
Yes, ma'am.
तो बताया ना एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने ये
Yes, ma'am.
landmark policy that promotes making India a global city destination, vibrant global study center. That is Bharat Yata Bharat. By 2030, we must have a Bharat Yata, Ekta Bharat, developed Bharat, vibrant Guru Bharat, encourages foreign university campuses in India and Indian campuses abroad. It is reciprocal. Once they start the campuses here, we will start our campuses there in the foreign countries. Support is joint degree program, student faculty exchange and multilingual learning. That language should be given the due recognition. And study in the India initiatives launched by the government of India to attract international students, offer scholarships, simplified admissions, and a centralized portal for. मैंने पहले ही बताया, if an Indian student wants to go for the PhD program, he will be given the scholarship for a period of 5 years, but after 5 years, he have to come back and have to apply the scheme, Yojana scheme, and then wiring, he will be definitely provide the job sources. Study in India that offers scholarship, simplified admissions, and controlled portal for a foreign student, target students from Africa, South Asia, Southern East Asia, and Middle East. And then UGC guidelines for the internationalization, academic collaboration regulations. In the year 22, they have set the parameters, collaborate with the foreign institutions for joint double twinning degrees programs, and then India offers a supernumerary seats of 20%, 5% to the foreign students here. And it will be reciprocal. Foreign students also will offer the supernumerary seats to our students in the foreign soil. Facilitates dual degrees and credit transfer arrangements. Credit transfer account ABCs are there, and then setting up of the foreign university campus in India. UGC Regulation 2023 now permit top 505 universities to establish offshore campuses in India. अभी तक 11 की बात हो रही, 5 तो स्टार्ट हो रहे, 6 अब रिव्यू हो रहे, लेकिन अभी हमारे पास टोटल 500 foreign universities will come here. Aimed at retaining Indian talent and attracting foreign faculty students. So then comes the accreditation ranking participation. Increased participation in the QoS World Rankings and ARWU to improve global credibility. NAC reforms aimed at aligning Indian higher education institutions' standards with international benchmarks. International collaboration, मैंने बताया, research and innovation collaboration होनी चाहिए. वहाँ पर growing international partnership in the STEM, health, climate, science, etc., DST, DBT, and MHRT. Find joint R&D projects with foreign universities and labs. Then rise of private and deemed universities, private institutions are driving innovations in the international branding, global hiring and marketing. Some have already established overseas campuses, particularly MET, British Pilani, Dubai, Manipal, Dubai, digital and online learning programs, SIAM, NPTEL, and National Digital University can attract international learners. Growth of virtual exchange programs and global MOOCs during post-COVID has opened a new paths for collaboration. Therefore, to strengthen the interdisciplinary of higher education, India must adopt a comprehensive, multi-pronged approach that addresses policy, infrastructure, academic equality, quality, and global engagements. And then international academic partnership and collaborations, research collaborations. And then the last I should say education for all, education through life, education throughout life. And thank you one and all. Now there is a time of yet 15 minutes. You can ask the questions, whatever you like. Yes, I am not yet visible. I will try myself best to make myself visible. Thank you.
Ma'am, slide one time more आई.
क्लोज कर, हाँ ये क्लोज कर लूंगी. स्टॉप शेयरिंग. हाँ तो या फिर स्टॉप शेयरिंग. चलो बता दीजिए, मुझे नहीं आता ये कैसे करना है. हाँ, स्लाइड इज नॉट मूविंग, इट इज नॉट मूविंग. आई एम सॉरी, आई एम नॉट सो हाईटेक. ये जरा किसी को नहीं पता, आई एम नॉट सो हाईटेक. अब तो हाईटेक होना जरूरी है. अब बता दीजिएगा.
मैम 4I मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की सेंस में बात हो रही थी मैम. 4I विच इज 4I.
मैडम आप म्यूट हो गई हैं शायद.
मैडम शायद एग्जिट कर गई.
मैडम शायद लेफ्ट और म्यूट दोनों हो गई है. नेटवर्क इशू.
नेटवर्क प्रो.
The PPT was so exhausting, sir.
Ma'am is not audible now.
मैडम तो है कि नहीं,
Yes,
लेफ्ट हो गई है
sir.
शायद. हाँ नेटवर्क इशू है. मैं नहीं
Yes,
है.
Amriti, sir.
Maybe ma'am disconnected from here.
मैम डिस्कनेक्टेड हो गई है. नेटवर्क का प्रॉब्लम है. मैम नहीं है यहाँ.
Yes, we will at
I
work.
will soon rejoin.
Maybe going off screen, she disconnected from here.
तो नसरीन मैडम नहीं है शायद मीटिंग में. नहीं तो फोन करके बुला लेती.
हो गया.
तो आज इसी जगह समाप्त हो गया.
कहाँ टाइम तो
मैम ने ज्वाइन
12
कर लिया है.
नहीं नहीं 12 नहीं हो गया है अभी.
मैम ने ज्वाइन कर लिया है.
मैडम सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. आप म्यूट हो गई है.
तो एम आई ऑडियो तो अवेलेबल है ना. आवाज तो मेरी आ रही है ना.
Yes,
वीडियो
ma'am.
नहीं
Yes,
चल
ma'am.
रहा.
You are
यस
audible.
मैम.
आ रही है.
Yes,
अब आ रही है
You are
आवाज.
audible.
Everybody here to decide whether you are ready to start it. Okay.
अब बीच में डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई थी मैम।
Okay, कोई बात नहीं। वीडियो की वन से बोला है।
ये लिखा नहीं है वीडियो करके
वीडियो नहीं आ रहा तो ऑडियो तो आ रहा है ना, कोई बात नहीं है। हाँ
वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है, ऑडियो आ रहा है।
आ गया
मैम
वीडियो
वीडियो भी आ गया।
वीडियो भी आ गया। अब बता दीजिए बेटा।
ऑडियो एंड वीडियो बोथ मैम।
हाँ बता दे, अभी हमारे पास 15
वीडियो भी
मिनट।
अभी आ रही है मैम।
हाँ
आ रही है मैम, वीडियो ऑडियो दोनों आ रही है अभी।
थैंक यू। अब बता दो बेटा, अब बता दो।
मैं
सुहेब साहब, मसूद, हाँ ऑडियो वीडियो कमिंग है, कोई बात नहीं। अब बता दो
I
मैम,
asked-
कैन आस्क क्वेश्चन।
मैं asked मैम
Yes, ma'am.
four
Audio,
I
video
four
coming.
four
हाँ,
type
वन
of
बाय वन
infrastructure.
बेटा, एक एक करके बता दीजिएगा और जरा
मैम-
ऊंचा बोलिए।
Ma'am, I asked for 4 type of infrastructure. You tell me develop your universities in level of international.
Yes, absolutely. Infrastructure is, you're right. Infrastructure, that is number one is intellectual infrastructure. That is academic infrastructure. Committee teachers, buildings, labs, and the libraries. And then what was another one? Intellectual was the first. Then comes and the emotional infrastructure. These are 4 infrastructures: intellectual, emotional, and the friendly. There should be friendly, of course, there. And then availability of the technical labs, other things, library, these should be made available. Otherwise, then there will be no fun of the foreign universities on the Indian soil. And of course, once we will establish the off campuses in the foreign soil, then it means again we must have this. We have almost, there is the same environment there. Even night is also, the libraries are open very much. So intellectual infrastructure is very important, where we can have the ventilated classrooms and libraries updated, and each and every facility provided in the libraries, so that the students will be comfortable there in the libraries. Any other? This is basically what the NAP has advocated strongly for, this internalization of higher education. That is why India has, and then UGC in the 2023 has also laid down the parameters. So far as the foreign off campuses of the foreign universities are to be conducted, India should start the off campuses, have opened the window for the foreign universities on the soil of the Indian soil. And it is reciprocal, that we have to run it by the two sides, both on their soil and both on this. And some of the private institutions have started their work. You see, lots of the institutions have been started in the Dubai. There are hub of landscape of the educational development is there. There is the academic ecosystem is there. Because and this age, I have said, it has been defined by the information technology, where there is a rapid, significant growth in the amount of IT, and academic excellence of the education is required now. That's, we have to stand on our own. We have to work, we have to rush, we have not move, but we have to run in the present academic excellence society. Any other questions, sir? Any question?
Ma'am, please explain the MOU, Memorandum of University.
Hello, हाँ बताइए, मैं सुन रही हूँ.
Ma'am, please explain the MOU, Memorandum of University.
Memorandum of Understanding. Memorandum of Understanding means we must. Memorandum of Understanding, that is, we must have the collaborations. We must undergo the projects. memorandum of collaboration, we must have a collaborations with the foreign universities. That is, I said that India, so far as the expansion of higher education is concerned, of course, it is a good sign of a development, but on the other side, it is at the cost of the quality. Therefore, we must have the foreign universities. And for that, we must undergo the projects. We must have the collaborations with the industries, near universities. That is, India does not have the competition with the Indian universities, but it have the competition with the international universities. It must have a competition at the international, because we see the citation per faculty is at a very low ebb. Quantity wise, we are at very higher side, but quality wise, we are at the low ebb. If we go for the FWG, जो है उसमें भी हमारा 0.7 0.9 है. Naturally it should have been 1. Of course, अगर हम quantity wise देख लेंगे, हमारे citations, publications, we are at number 3rd. But अगर quality wise देखेंगे, we don't rank in the first 150 top ranked world universities. That is, we have to work very hard. अगर इनमें figures मैंने बता दिए हैं, जो है हर जगह पे figures मैंने बता, that means with all faculty, all stakeholders have to join our hands. And once we will work, we will find the projects, not only in the India, but across the globe, which will add to our knowledge, will be highly connected. That's we have to stand. That's what the APG, I said. APG says that a child spends, students spend 25,000 hours per year in the campus. And what does that campus should require? Very sincere teachers, that is 8 C's. He must be capable, he must be committed, he must be confident, he must be creative, he must be having good communication skills with the students. Agar nahi hoge, that means there are lots of problems on the part of the teacher and that of the student, and absolutely that are the part of the institution. And the institutions face the tough competition, stiff competition. Any other?
जी मैम, मेरा एक सवाल है, ये जो मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मूव होता है, मान लीजिए कॉलेज के साथ दूसरे कॉलेज का या यूनिवर्सिटी का या कुछ भी हो, इसका प्रॉपर्ली
मैडम जरा will you please repeat your question? मैडम रिपीट कर दीजिए, अपने क्वेश्चन को रिपीट कर दीजिएगा.
जी मैं ये पूछ रही थी मैम, ये जो मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, ये क्यों होता है, इसका कारण क्या है? सिर्फ जो नैक का ग्रेड है इसको ऊपर ले जाने के लिए, या फिर कोई और कारण है? एक कॉलेज मान लीजिए 1 साल में 4-5 से तक ये जो मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग साइन करते हैं, इसकी वजह क्या है?
ओके, वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. ये आपने सही बताया, नैक के टाइम में ही हम दिखा देते हैं मेमोरेंडम ऑफ उनको दिखाने के लिए. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मीन्स दैट इट मीन्स once we have a faculty exchange program, you just go start an exchange of program, memorandum of understanding with the Bangkok University, UK University, Liverpool University, Italy, and any other universities. It means that we can exchange the students, we can exchange the faculty. We can hire the foreign faculties here. And then this is memorandum. And if you like, you can send you are as a teacher, you have a 50 students in the classroom, you can exchange the students. They will go in the foreign countries and will gain the credit. There is account bank credit. They will earn the credits here. And their students will come here, they will earn the credits here. They will go now not only different parts of the country, but the different parts of the world. Which means there will be lots of exposure on the parts of the students. हमने बताया, मैंने अभी अपने लेक्चर में बताया, we should have an open mind. There should be willingness. That's very difficult on the part of teacher to reject the traditional mind. We are supposed to have an open mind where we have to accept all the challenges, issues of the higher education. Then only we can become the active member of the society. Our students, as a teacher, it is my moral duty that I must prepare my students for this so far as memorandum of understanding, that my faculty, my students are supposed to go and in the foreign countries, and I will also hire the foreign country faculty members for the purpose of upliftment of so far as the academics is concerned. Creative ecosystem of academics is concerned. That is landscape of academics is concerned. Any other more? Madam, have you followed my question? Have you followed my answer?
Yes ma'am, yes. लेकिन
Any other question?
मैं जो कहना चाहती हूँ, जी, मान लीजिए अगर कॉलेज के साथ या यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं हो रही है, मान लीजिए कोई हेल्थ प्रोफेशन में
ओके
या कोई लीगल प्रोफेशन में हो रही है, तो
सही। हाँ,
फिर क्या वजह
तो
हो
उस
सकती है?
सिलसिले में
फैकल्टी का
आप
कोई एक्सचेंज नहीं हो रहा है?
नहीं, अगर नहीं हो रहा, सब फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू अप्रोच योर अथॉरिटीज. You go through all, and you can download the brochure guideline. गाइडलाइन आपको खुद ही बता देगी सर. ये जो फिगर्स मैंने लाए, ये मैंने घर से नहीं बनाए थे, ये मैंने सारा लाया है, ऑनलाइन का है, सब कुछ है. यू कैन डाउनलोड द गाइडलाइंस फॉर दैट एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन कोड द गाइडलाइंस इन बिटवीन द लाइंस. उसके बाद आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ रही, नो अड़चन नहीं आ जाएगी, क्योंकि आपके पास क्लियर कट मिरर है, इमेज है, जो आपने कोड कर ली है वो आप बता रही है मुझे इस गाइडलाइन के तहत, इस गाइडलाइन के नियम, इस नियम के से मैं ये प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट कर रही हूँ. मुझे इसकी, जैसे आप देख लिए हम मेजर रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट्स विद इन इंडिया कर रहे हैं, ICSSR है, UGC है, MHRD एंड मेनी मोर, सोशल वेलफेयर है, मेनी मोर अदर आर दे स्पॉन्सर. उसमें हमें कोई अड़चन नहीं आती है. अब यही प्रोजेक्ट्स हमें फॉरेन से लेने हैं. वी हैव टू गो फॉर द फॉरेन कंट्रीज एज वेल. इट इज ओके?
यस मैम, यस.
हाँ मैडम, ओके, थैंक यू. एनी अदर? Any other question? प्रदीप जी, हाँ प्रदीप जी, आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं?
नो मैम.
जी आप, थैंक यू. शुक्रिया सर, नाइस इंफॉर्मेशन सेशन. Sohaib Masood, please raise your hands. Huh? There are at 5 minutes. You want to ask?
मैम मैम
No question?
मैम, how it is possible, ma'am?
में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
It is a constant. It is a constraint of our finance system.
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, इसमें कुछ नेट में प्रॉब्लम. हाँ बेटा बता दो.
Ma'am, I tell, ma'am, it is the more restrictions of our finance systems. If you go to technology, if you go to infrastructures, so more financial sources are not available to college or university given by government.
You mean that there are always financial problems, है ना? फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम इज वेरी मच देयर, इट इज इमिनेंट, ये है. लेकिन अब ये है कि क्योंकि NEP 2020 ने सजेस्ट किया है, UGC गाइडलाइंस भी आ गई, there will be separate financial funds. And secondly, you as the teachers, you before the principal or before the vice chancellor have to narrate your problems, have to highlight your issues, because you come with the proposal, ask them this is as per the guidelines, and they will also guide. There is no problem, of course. It means that you are not channelized. You need the guidance in this regard. That is, your honorable vice chancellor, your the esteemed principal should hire the faculty members from across the India, across the globe, online mode. They can give you the guidance in the, so far as these projects are concerned. You know, our university, for example, you see the research scholars. Once they are registered, there are lots of organizations which provide the scholarships. They must, and supervisor, as a supervisor, I do it, and you should also do. We give them the channels, we give them the links. You please approve this, and then we modify there. and they just submit the proposal, and they get the scholarship sanction for this. There is an option, but of course, because financial problem is there, it means that we must know the channels for it. There are already channels for it. No problem for it, but you must approach the authorities in your college, in your university. They will direct you for it with the guidelines. Any other?
But ma'am, in rural areas, it is a big problem.
In the remote areas?
Rural areas, ma'am, it is a big problem.
Okay.
If we get private any institutions, we memorandum or get financial support, they are not prepared easily.
It is not favorable. It is not favorable. Conducive condition is not there. Absolutely, I am in agreement with you what you say in the private institutions and in the remote areas. But you see, in the rural areas, there are lots of the projects sanctioned. But you can go to the district development commissioners. You can go to the various developmental departments. You can prevail upon them. You can get the project sanctioned. It is no problem there. You be in touch with them, then you can shoot. Once you are in touch, your project has been already, but you can send it through your through proper channel, through your institution, through college, through university, whatever it is. You can approach, district development commissioner have lots of the projects under IC programs or Asha scheme, and in the Lordly scheme, so many projects are there. Once you go for the local project, then ultimately you will go to the higher projects as well. But you have to start, you have to kick somewhere. You have to kick somewhere, then automatically it will come in. It will come before you. And of course, for the rural areas, it's very difficult, but there is the internet. You can avail the opportunities. You can go to the links. You can avail the different links. You can connect yourselves to the different parts of the world, different parts of the India, and you will get it. So my time is over now. Shall I leave now?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Send in
Ma'am,
WhatsApp.
please share the PPT with Lakshmi ma'am.
Please share.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please
share
share
the
the
PPT.
PPT
Thank
with
you,
Lakshmi
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
मैम पीपीटी शेयर कर दीजिएगा कोऑर्डिनेटर मैम को प्लीज। मैम
मैम शायद क्लिक कर गई थी। नसीर मैम आएंगी अभी आफ्टर सम टाइम। Ma'am, please share the PPT with the Nashin ma'am.
हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग मैं प्रोफेसर मेहराज बोल रहा हूँ। मैंने भेज दिया आपको एक क्वेश्चन, ईमेल देखिए, व्हाट्सएप देखिए। ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट।
जमा स्क्रीन करो ना, अपन नास्रीन मैडम।
हेलो मैम, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, a very informative and valuable lecture, ma'am. Please share with the Nasreen ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
जरा ऊंचा बोलिए ना प्लीज।
हाँ मैम, मैं कह रहा हूँ वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव वैल्यूबल लेक्चर मैम। प्लीज शेयर द पीपीटी नसरीन मैम।
ओके, नासरीन मैडम को भेज दूंगी। ठीक है, मैं उनको भेज दूंगी, कोई परेशानी।
थैंक यू।
ओके। नासरीन मैडम है कहाँ?
अभी शायद कनेक्ट नहीं है मैम, आने वाली है।
मैं करूँ उसको फोन। हाँ नसरीन मैडम, थैंक यू। शैल आई लीव ना? 12:30 तक नहीं मैडम? नहीं, 12:15 तक। 12:15 तक? हाँ, और क्या, 11 शुरू किया ना मैंने, 12:15 तक है। अच्छा, 12:15 तक है ना, 12:15। यस मैडम, यस, थैंक यू सो मच। 12:30 से तीसरा शुरू होगा। यस मैडम, ठीक है। मैं इनको कह रही नसरीन मैडम कहाँ है, तो उन्होंने बोला बात आपने सोचा मैं आपसे बात करूँ। ठीक है, अच्छा, थैंक यू वेरी मच मैडम, आपने पढ़ाया। वी आर ग्रेटफुल टू यू। थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू वेरी मच। थैंक यू। तो मस्त क्या कब कोई नहीं उससे मुझे कुछ टाइम।
Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you, madam.